Power Book 2, Ghost, Season 3, Episode 10, Divided We Stand. Tariq talks to Brayden about everything that happened with Tommy, and while Tariq wants to take down Tommy and Monet, Brayden lets him know that they've got bigger things to worry about, with Effie possibly flipping. Then instead of leaving the hospital to do it, Brayden hands him a gun in the hospital, just in a wide open area with a receptionist facing them.
Gotta love your Power Universe stuff when details are just like lint. You just kind of fluff it off and you ignore it. You just kind of brush it off of you. Because I don't know what hospitals y'all going into, but I think just about everyone I've ever been to, when you walk in initially as a regular, not a person who's been injured or was in trouble going in to get surgery or something like that, you walk through some metal detectors. At some point before you get to the emergency room or sit in that waiting room, you walk through a metal detector. Now, how he got a Glock all the way to the hospital bed, let alone have the gall, the unmitigated gall, to hand the man the blicky right there on the hospital bed. Like, but that's, hey, look, details. What we worried about that for, bro?
Monet goes to meet with Noma, who we haven't seen in a few episodes. Monet asks if she's the real solution instead of Tariq and her family, which is laughable, but Noma agrees to it after Monet presumably lies about Mecca. Lied about everything going on between her and her home wrecking with Mecca.
I'm kind of over the Monet arc. I'm ready to see what they have to offer beyond that. I think the place of this character is kind of overdue. Like, it's kind of overstayed its welcome. I think you have 2, maybe 3 contenders vying for that spot in the power vacuum. And the only thing that's keeping it from actually popping off and seeing who could win that battle royale is Monet getting the fuck out the way. It's not even like, all right, well, she's staying ahead of the pack. She's the hardened veteran. She can, she's smarter than everybody else. No, she mostly just lies and then kind of falls into the next thing that happens to her. Like, the whole blow up happened with the kids just a minute ago.
Yes.
Right? When did she talk to Noma? When did she reach out to Noma? Where does she get contact for Noma? It's like these little small details that, like, you expect to just be filled in. But, like, when did they ever establish contact between each other? Number one. And if she needed to get in touch with her in a moment's notice, somewhere in that 8-9 hours or so in between her getting cussed out by her kids and her having this meeting with Noma, she had to come up with the contact. Who the hell is in Monet's corner? Who she got? Who's she using? And then, if it's that easy to find her, is Noma this ominous character that we, this big bad? Because obviously, it seems like she paid a crackhead on the street $10 and he came back with a phone number. And that to me, as I'm watching the things unfold, is something that matters, because that connection to Noma is a lifeline. It gets her out of her situation. It keeps her from being cut out of the business. It keeps her from being cut out of her family, and it reins her kids in. It's all too convenient, and it's explained by nothing. It's like thin air holding this shit together.
That's a lot of things that are happening right now. Just something happening out of nowhere and nothing connecting it to what happened previously.
It just happens, right? Like, Monet is just in front of Noma negotiating to take over the entire business. It's like, yo, what's going on, man?
Always great to see Kate, and the main characters treating Kate like shit. Tariq comes looking for Tommy. Kate calms him down and offers him some Hennessy, which is absolutely hilarious.
That's wild.
Monet apparently gave Kate the letter to give to Tommy. Or someone that looks like Monet.
Yeah. So the whole dialogue with Kate and Tariq, I feel like first of all, she's probably had this conversation before between Tommy and Jamie, for sure. I mean, they've probably been trying to kill each other for longer than what we've seen in Power. Similar to what Tamika is probably seeing, similar to what Big Mama is probably seeing. She's seeing the erosion of Tariq, and what they thought was promise ended up being some of the stuff that they hated seeing in their father. It's funny how that shit plays out. How you demonize somebody for their traits and their values and their choices, right? And then you end up getting the best in all the world of a youngin, of somebody younger who has that potential, who has that same promise. Who, if you could just steer them the right way, and you keep believing in them, and you keep giving them chances, and you keep giving them chances, and you keep making excuses for them, and all of a sudden now you looked up, and the same person that you hated, the same person that you blamed for all of this shit, all of y'all, everyone in the Power Universe, looks exactly like the one you've been fighting for this entire time. Now, ain't that something?
Law enforcement have a man who fell off a balcony onto a car on the street, and there was at least one witness that places Brayden at the apartment, and yet they can't find anything. No kind of evidence.
I haven't even gone to pick him up.
They think they can get Effie to K because of the RICO, which is absolutely laughable. They go in to speak to Lauren, who noticed that Sax's picture is on the board and asks if Tariq had anything to do with it. And 88 Sullivan immediately says, of course.
Of course he did. Like, you still lying. So she get this nice letter from the grave from Sax absolving her of her guilt. And in the very next episode, she lies again. To try and keep Lauren on the hook.
Yep.
So again, Power, what are you trying to, what, because I'm confused. Is she really a good person at heart, and that's just what Sax saw in her, and that's why she got to read that letter and be, absolved of the death of her former lover? Or is she a piece of shit who should have never gotten that satisfaction, and Sax should have let her stew in it for the rest of her life? Which one? Because the person who lied to Lauren again to try to keep this case together is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
She doesn't deserve the nice heartfelt letter to send her off so she can say goodbye to Sax. Doesn't deserve that. Nor do some of these other characters that you're trying to give us deserve the emotional reconciliations that you tried to give us by the end of this episode. You are writing irredeemable characters that you're attempting to humanize with no evidence. You just get to the point where their wrongs hit critical mass, and then you'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, but I was really good. Whoa, what the hell? That's the complete reverse of what they did with St. Patrick. St. Patrick started out golden. Like, we started out the show with him saving the cleaning lady's life. Mm-hmm. Saving her from Tommy. Yeah, he was indulged in some dirty shit, but he did it as cleanly as he possibly could. As crazy as that seems, was literally running interference with Tasha, Tommy, Lobos, Stern. The whole first 5 seasons running around like a merry-go-round trying to put out fires from all of these folks so he can just live a normal life and get out of all this shit.
Yeah.
That's what the first 5 seasons were about. Jason, the Serbs, all of them would not let this man go. Then until we ran out of big bad villains, and now we just said, hey, I got a good idea. Let's make the protagonist the villain. Ooh, that's never been done before. Yeah. That'll get them. That'll get us on the Emmys. They'll recognize us. They'll see us. They'll invite us now.
No. Not even close.
It's a compelling character turn. So they'll invite us to the Emmys, baby. Yeah.
No.
That's the only way I can explain it. But now they're doing it in the complete opposite way, where these characters are complete trash. And just at the moment you feel like they can't get any worse, they can't be any worse people, they just blurt it out. Oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong, and oh, it's okay. Or they get absolved in some way.
It's not how life
for them
works.
to just continue doing their bullshit.
Right. Monet tells the team that she's their new boss, and everyone is considerably upset because who the hell wants this fuck up to be their boss? Monet claims that she needs to speak with Tariq. Monet gets mad at Tariq for supposedly telling the kids about Lorenzo, which he didn't do, and she denies telling Tommy about Tasha. Obi informs Tariq that he was approved for the green cards, but he got slashed up for stalling out Noma. As Tariq is leaving, Tommy stops Tariq for bringing a gun to Kate's. Tariq threatens Tommy, but Tommy explains that Tasha knocked Tariq out. Tasha wants to dead the shit with Tommy, but he was upset about Keisha. Tommy tells Tasha about his brother and nephew in Chicago. Tommy then explains to Tariq that he can't kill Monet because he'll probably lose Tasha, Yaz, and Big Mama, which she doesn't have an army behind her, so how is that going to happen?
Basically, what they gave us, again, as a resolution for an irredeemable character in Tasha, really Tommy too, but Tommy has a show, so it made sense that they had to kind of wash his hands, but they basically told us that for the last 2 seasons, the way that they closed out these seasons has been a waste of your time. Tommy chasing Tasha, and smoking her out of witness protection was for nothing. Literally, it was to knock out Tariq, put him in the ER for a little bit, and so they could dap it up and piece it out in private. And unless maybe there's more to this that we didn't see. No. We literally saw the entire situation. We saw the whole situation play out. So no, there's nothing more. There's nothing more. It was just a way to hype you up for the season finale that got rewatched and repeated this season. And now it's over because Tommy's going to hold it down in Chicago. Yep. It's New York. Like, just a waste of time. It was a waste of time. Yeah. Because Tasha didn't say anything to Tommy that she hadn't already said to him. And it doesn't change anything that you did. It didn't change you naming me for a Rico. Didn't change that this gremlin over here murdered his father in front of me. Didn't change any of that. Didn't change any of that. Yep. Bam. Literally, as Tommy is backing her down in that graveyard, Tommy, we family. We family. We family, Tommy. You was family then. You was family when you named me on the stand. You was family when you killed Keisha. Did you not try to tell Tommy that she was an informant way back when? What changed? What makes this situation? Oh, you saved my life. You didn't let Tariq shoot me. Okay, I guess we good now. Go back to Chicago. You know I got a brother? Like, fam, you hurting my heart right now with this shit. It's so far from what we started off doing. It just kind of feels like they're doing it as they go, honestly.
Tate apparently gets really close to winning the election at this point off of the back of Weston Holdings. Professor Bennett is happy and wants to start things over, but Tate has other things in mind, including wifing her up. And for some reason, Brushandria hugs them.
Yeah, Brushandria would have got Jamie Foxx. You get your ass away from me. Something's getting ready to happen with old girl and Tate. But all I will say is that if she, his fiance being, if she wanted to live a life free of impropriety and uncomfortable business dealings with unsavory characters, there's no way you would ever date, let alone get engaged to a politician. None of them are going to be this shining hope that stays clean all the way through that system. It's a dirty system, so if you work within it, you will be dirty. There's no from Ronald Reagan down to ALC. Somebody is going to get in your ear. They're going to make you do something you don't want to do. And then you're going to accept it because you don't get a chance to make actual change if you fight now, right? If you fight too hard now, you won't have a chance to do it down the road. And then you actually get down the road, you look behind you, and there's all the concessions that you done made to get where you are now, and you ain't changed a damn thing. There's nothing about being a politician that you should think that you could ascribe any level of virtue to, let alone hold him to it to a certain degree that you gonna walk out there on this nigga the minute that you hear something that you don't like, right? The minute he just took down a Ponzi scheme from a Wall Street firm. But if he's talking with some crooked lawyer, that's enough to call up your engagement, talk to a reporter about it, and storm out of his event. Now, again, it's harsh on the actor or on the character because somebody wrote that shit, right? Somebody wrote her being in love and saying yes to a marriage proposal one day, and then 12 hours, she's storming out, making a scene, talking to a reporter over a conversation with the lawyer. So like you couldn't even take me in the coat room and cuss me out, like no. But see, if she do that, it doesn't fit. It doesn't put the pressure on Tate, and we don't have any real reason to be writing on Lorenz and his contract, and we just kind of write things to make people come on screen and have the shortest bit of conflict. Doesn't matter if any of it makes sense, but they need to be on screen. So let's get it in there. And I'm not mad about Lorenz being on screen. He's one of the two best actors on the show.
Yeah.
I'm mad that he's having these frivolous back and forths that he seemingly always had, and now instead of it happening with Dre or Tariq or James, it's happening with his fiance.
The Tejadas are upset because they had to work for Monet, and Kane gives them a reality check. Drew is not an NBA housewife, and Diana is not a sorority girl college chick. That's when Drew and Diana congregate and say that they got something that Monet and Kane will never see coming.
Yeah. Somebody explain this to me. So what I'm remembering is in the kitchen when they were confronting Monet about killing Lorenzo, right? Kane's focus was on Tariq, of course, right? Because he's obsessed with that nigga. But he was focused on how Monet chose him and was using him more than she used Kane and this, that, and the third and blase skip. He was clearly upset with her. Then the reveal came out that she actually had Lorenzo killed and used Gordo and all this other stuff. Blase skip, they leave. Monet undercuts them and is now Noma's top dog. Okay, what the fuck changed about your attitude towards your mother? Like, oh, well, so now she undercuts you. She cuts you out the same way Lorenzo did when he came back home. Oh, it's smart when Monet does it. But you was about ready to kill that nigga when it was Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Totally emasculated my man. Put my man's in a chokehold the minute you had some information over him.
Mm-hmm.
You got enough information with you to at least make her look incompetent to Noma. Oh, but you shut your mouth and played your role. The only little bit of bail I'm gonna give it is that maybe he's looking out for a certain somebody. Now that she has a little bit of power, maybe he's looking out for somebody.
Could be. The Westons are discussing what they're going to do, especially now that Lucas is dead. Brayden's sister wants to discuss a funeral. Yeah, like that's about to happen.
Whoop that nigga, whoop that nigga.
Monet and Kane interrupt, wanting their money back, and end up repossessing Art and Trace's watch for their bread.
I hated this scene. I hated everything about this scene. Yeah, super smart, you know what I mean? And we found a way to undercut him, and I got Noma under my thumb. And okay, well now I guess I need my money back. Let's just go do a B&E. in probably a high-end neighborhood in the middle of a crowded street. We just go walk it out, put it in our trunk, carry on, have a conversation out there. It's all good. It's all good. It's like Monet is half Ray, half Kanan.
Yeah. Yep.
Half Ray, half Kanan. She's the best of both worlds. She's a hardened street criminal and she's a master planner.
Effie gets pressed in her cell by some white chick, and the CO then tells her that she has a visitor, Tariq. Effie meets with Tariq and tells him that she plans on bailing herself out. Tariq tells her that's not a good idea because with less time, they won't be able to find as much stuff on her. Effie knows Tariq wants something from her, which is the picture of Noma's daughter. Effie claims she already found the daughter, but won't give up any information until she's out.
So with this scene, I would say the theory that Effie is Noma's daughter, there was a couple scenes that let me know that theory, it's not dead and buried. It's on life support. Because everything they're giving us right now is to the contrary. Everything they're saying right now is to the contrary. She has a location on the girl. She knows where she's at. Right? Like, they're going to mention some more stuff about her later on. There's still a chance that, based off of what I've heard later in the episode, that maybe she's throwing up a smoke screen to cover her ass. Maybe.
Possible.
I would say that theory is on life support, though, right now.
Agreed.
And then again, we'd still be like, man, that's a lot for the same type of writing that we're getting right now. That's some long game.
Yeah. No, for
I
sure.
mean, that means she probably knew about Tariq back when she was at Choke, meaning Noma,
Yeah.
which would be hella convenient. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Tariq lets Brayden and Kane in on the plan with Effie. Kane shows his new watch and states that he doesn't know if they have enough time for that, as a joke. Ironically, if Brayden actually did it, it wouldn't be the first time someone cut off somebody's wrist for jewelry that they own this season, which is nuts. Tariq wants to threaten Lauren with a pic of Lauren's parents. Then he calls her. Lauren places an awful lot of trust in the feds, who have proven incompetent up to this point, which
Mhm.
who knows why. She agrees to meet with Tariq in Fort Greene and then grabs a knife. Kane and Drew seemingly get overzealous. Lauren shows up flexing this kitchen knife in public. Bro's got a whole ass live stream of Lauren's parents. I don't know what's going on in the scene, to be honest with you. Lauren seemingly agrees reluctantly to what Tariq wants, but she wants to confirm that Effie won't come for her.
Yeah.
Wild ass scene. She's out in public with a knife, just waving it around with
I
her
don't even
parents on
see a
Twitch.
concerned bystander in the background. Like I don't see nobody holding up their phone. Hey, what are you guys doing to that girl? You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Like,
you know. And then,
hey, what are you guys doing over there?
and then Kane's got her parents live on fucking Twitch. Like,
Man,
what's happening?
if you can just be in a park in New York and three niggas can surround you while you got a knife and yet you waving around, I'm never taking my family to New York. We're not going to New York out there. I ain't got no business being there. I can stay where I'm at.
Absolutely wild.
It doesn't sound like the place I want to be.
At all.
Everybody just jogging. just check your heart rate here. Oh, no.
Lauren tells ADA Sullivan that she wants to talk to Effie. Obviously, Jenny has some hangups, but Lauren calls her out and forces her hand. Effie and Lauren meet and discuss the fact that Lauren has had a rough last couple of months, and Effie has had a rough life as a whole. Lauren eventually...
Yeah, this was the scene that I was talking about. Like it was maybe some more context to that theory because she was talking about you had a rough life. Try since birth. Well, maybe she's alluding to the fact that she was born to an Italian mobster and an international gangster drug dealer in Noma. You know.
Yeah.
That sounds like a pretty treacherous life since birth, and then having to be relocated and away from your mother and all of that. And father recently dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If that is what it is, I mean, it's still there. It's enough to keep me intrigued. That is what I'll say.
Yeah. Lauren eventually leaves as if she doesn't agree with not testifying because of the shit that Effie is saying. We end up in the grand jury testimony, and Lauren fesses up that ADA Sullivan had her say all the stuff in the statement and then forced her to sign the statement. She blames what happened on panic attacks and anxiety and says that she blacked out, causing all the accident.
Hey, somebody finally went, and the whole shit just fell down. The whole case. We're gonna flip Effie Morales. No, you're not. We're gonna use Lauren Baldwin's statement. No, you're not. No, you're not. And that's what the entire case hinged on.
Yeah.
Flipping someone who had already shown, right, when she got picked up for the coffee shit, who had already shown you that she wasn't going to talk. She wasn't going to offer nothing up. But like even just the idea that Lauren and the Effie thing, the whole murder thing, was enough to get them all the way up the chain to Monique and Tariq. Like, fam, even if you hit on both of those, all right, Lauren's going to testify on Effie. Effie agrees to testify. Okay, so you mean the two 19-year-old girls are the only thing standing between me and absolution? I wonder how we get out of that one, Woo. Like, it was doomed.
Yeah.
Plus, they never really had the schematics of the operation down, even at this later date. It really, truly was a shit show. And she got people killed over it. You know? It's really unfortunate that they don't make that a little bit more prevalent in the show. I don't know. She's alive. We got another season. Maybe it'll happen down the road, but we'll Jesus.
See. Sullivan goes out and discusses with the team. Medina says he's going to cancel all this shit before they get embarrassed even further. Blanca attempts to stop him and says, but the St. Patrick's...
But the St. Patrick's, we gotta get Tariq and Tasha and James. Oh no, he's dead already. You know, Blanca spazzing out from failure overload. I don't think we have seen Blanca execute a successful case yet. How she has a job? She got dead informants.
Multiple.
She has dead people who couldn't even make it to trial. And your boy Dre, right? How many times does Blanca get to walk into this office and wag her cop dick around her badge and say, yeah, and I'm leading an investigation and I'm putting together a task force and we're gonna clean up the streets. You ain't gonna do shit, Blanca. You ain't gonna do nothing. You need to find another career path for sure.
No, they're
definitely need to look in the Indeed or something. When they find out who Noma is, or when Noma becomes the center of the FBI's attention, then, you know, they'll bring in Blanca. I know exactly who we got to bring in. She's been an expert on all of these characters, and she knows exactly how to get in. Call Blanca Rodriguez.
Oh my God, just kill her now, please. Just kill her.
She gonna pop in. I know exactly how to do this. I know all the players and I know all the spots.
Just kill her, please. Effie gets out of prison. Noma's daughter apparently goes to NYU, according to her information. Tariq tells Effie that she can go out on her own when she thinks that they can do business together. Because of all this, Effie decides to walk instead of get a ride from Tariq, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, that was a bad omen. But if I'm Tariq, I at least still cut her into the business. It's one thing if you don't want to continue a relationship with her. I understand that. I mean, if you're gonna go behind my back and kill somebody, you know that's a little wild. You know that's a red flag for sure. I don't disagree with her argument though that like if Lauren really was about to snitch and Tariq just had this fairy tale of all right, we can just get her out of town and everything will be okay. You know that's gotten lesser drug dealers fucked up.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And so the game you playing is not a nice one. You can't keep 3 girlfriends. 3. One of them got to get served up because she's talking to the police.
He'll find another one.
Usually. Well, of course he will. It's power. But I'm just saying, you know, I don't disagree with her reasoning for doing what she did at Lauren. I think she was holding out hope that Tariq would come around, that maybe her being locked up had him concerned and worried about her. And maybe things would be different when they got through all of this, and maybe the Noma shit would make it better. But I definitely don't think she expected to get cut out the business. Yeah. And so when he did that, it signaled to her, okay, it's nothing left there. Like it's really take care of me time. So now I'm gonna find some other motherfuckers that don't like you, and I'm gonna protect myself. Yeah. And that's what she about to do. Yep.
Brayden decides that he's basically going to quit right when they find all the information on Noma's daughter. So there's that. Diana shows up to Tariq's room. Diana tells Tariq that she's afraid of Monet. Diana tells Tariq that it's time for Monet to go. She already had this entire plan for Tariq to kill Monet, which at the very least should have probably been suspicious to him.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
You put them together, Diana? Just you? Because I ain't seen you shoot shit. I ain't even seen you holding a gun. Let alone put together a plan to kill your mother.
When they meet up, Monet seemingly gets soft on Diana and fesses up to why she did everything that she did, and then tells Diana she loves her and admits that she doesn't know any other way to show it. Ain't that the fucking truth?
Oh my God. But again, why are we trying to do this? Why? You have had 2 or 3. Is it the 3rd season? This is season 3, right? A Ghost?
3rd.
Okay. You've had 3 seasons to add emotional depth to this character. You've had 3 seasons to give us some type of background story for us to sympathize with. You've had 3 seasons for us to kind of jostle with who is more influential in the kid's life and who's more to blame for what they have become. Lorenzo, who's been in jail for a majority of their rearing, or Monet, who had to play, both hats and obviously had to take care of the business while raising the kids. You've had 3 seasons for that. What you chose to do was let Mary J. Blige scowl all over set for hours and hours and hours of footage
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to do this now. Don't try to catch up. Don't cheat. Don't get to the end of the test with the right answer. Yeah, of course she's emotionally damaged. It would be nice to have gotten some of those chips, some of those nuggets a little bit sooner than now.
And she's had
Maybe some
plenty
more
of
character
chances.
confessions. Maybe some more history reveals for the character that makes her more human. But she has been one big mad bad robot the entire show. And now right before she gets shot up, I'm supposed to sympathize with her. No! Smoke her. Diana should have been like, ugh, here.
Yeah, no.
Ma, let's go back in the house. No, lady. You set your mom up to die. You set her up to die. You hired a hitman. You put her in position. You getting ready to do it. Ain't no time to be like, oh, you know what? I forgot I actually love my mom. Let's not do this. What are we doing? What games are we playing, bro? What is this? What is this? What is this?
Power.
Power. It's power. That's what it is. It's power.
Yeah, no, she's been an absolute monster. They tried to give her the slightest bit of emotional depth at the beginning of the season because Zeke died, somebody who she didn't even treat as her son.
But no,
And then
I didn't connect with her then.
I didn't either.
Because for me to accept a character's rage or anger in the middle of them grieving, there should be some sort of reconciliation to that. There should be some realization like, man, I'm really taking my grief out on other people. We went from that to Lorenzo was dead to
all the shit with Evelyn.
Yeah, here Gordo, you kill him and then kill all the Castillos, and now I'm on top and I'm leading. There was no moment where Monet's emotions overwhelmed her and she couldn't take it anymore and she broke down and told the truth about how she was feeling. Yep. That never happened. Never came up. You had people talking about it, but she never did it.
Yeah.
So she was allowed to do all this evil shit on the back of she's grieving and then end up on top. No, yeah, she got shot. It is the only just circumstance she has received in the show just far. Outside of Zeke, well, I don't want to say it was just for Zeke to have died. But for her to have suffered in that way is not surprising.
Yeah. We saw Tariq with a pistol, but someone comes up blasting with an Uzi, so something didn't go according to plan. Tariq sees and says, "Ma?"
Mama?
Indicating that maybe this was Tasha. Monet gets to the hospital and is in surgery. Diana notices that Monet sacrificed herself to save her. Then she tells Kane that the shooter was Tariq, even though she should have known that it wasn't. And then after a flashback to the plan being hatched, Tariq was supposed to kill Monet and Kane was supposed to kill Tariq. Another flashback reveals that it was actually Diana that gave the letter to Kate. From what I've seen in this Facebook group, I have to go back and check to see if this is real. There's a ring doorbell on Kate's door. And so maybe she got caught on camera again. Just throwing that out.
Yeah,
there.
I mean, I don't think that's gonna matter because the whole thing with Tommy and Tariq is dead. So I don't think anybody coming after Diana unless Kate gives it to the police for some reason, and I don't see her doing it. Sure. My biggest problem with this is that this happened 4 days ago, right? Happened 4 days ago. So what? 2-3 episodes ago? Josh, what the fuck were Drew and Diana doing 2 or 3 episodes ago that they couldn't show us that they were doing this?
Fighting with Monet.
You make it seem like you came up with it on the fly when you just dropped this shit on us. You have opportunities. Hey, here's the thing. 50, Courtney, everybody in the room. Here's just an idea. Maybe we do 2, maybe 3 less fuck scenes, right? With these barely post-pubescent young people, right? Maybe we skip about 2 or 3 of those and we add some character depth. We talk history about the characters. We show building blocks to eventual big reveals so that when they happen, they feel more like payoffs to the viewer's experience and them investing in the show and less like Universal Soul Circus.
Yeah.
Right? Like, just a suggestion. Maybe if we know, and that's an if we know that Diana and Drew are gonna find a way to take Monet out, attempt to take out Tariq in one fell swoop, and we're gonna use Kate, a woman who they have no clue of. They don't know her. They don't know her. They've never met her. They don't know her. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe there was a conversation between Diana and Tariq where he was talking about, oh yeah, my Uncle Tommy and his mom Kate, and she stay over here at this address on this side of town. Maybe I missed that. Maybe I missed it. But Diana found it quick enough. She found out who Tommy was. She found out who his mother was. Found out where she stayed at. On the fly. On the fly.
In 4 days.
So Diana turned in the goddamn Kojak in one episode. We couldn't show her researching it. Okay, all right, bet. How do we get to Tariq? All right, well, I know his mom is in hiding. I know his mom is going through something. Who wants her dead? All right, Drew, I'll go ask around. I'll go see what the beef was. All right, the next episode, Drew comes back. All right, yeah, I found out that Tasha had beef with Tommy because she named him on the stand for a RICO case that her and Tariq were tied up in. What? Okay, so he's very interested in finding her. How do we find out where Tasha is? Oh, already got it. Sax sent us the information. Okay, boom, we can use that. How do we get to Tommy? Shit, I don't know. We'll have to find a way. Next episode. You only need about 2 or 3 minutes. Is about as long as the sex scenes last in these damn shows, which amount to nothing, which adds zero value to the show, by the way. Zero. Doesn't make it better because it's attractive people fucking in the show. It's just literally filling time where you are not telling a story.
Yep.
Trying to be Skinamax, or are you trying to make a show? Use your time wisely. If you're going to do this, maybe we piece it together instead of them just falling into these grand reveals that aren't really explained by a whole lot of plot or a whole lot of story. There's a lot of plot armor.
Well, if you take all of that out, it becomes less of a rap music video. So that's what appeals to everybody: the money, cars, women.
But you can have all of that though. You could still do that. But what I'm saying is, if every new character has to get on the screen naked, you're wasting a lot of time.
I agree.
You wasting a lot of time. Like if there's a sex scene quota for every main character on the show, which seems to be every damn season.
Yeah.
Tariq underneath, he was going through too much shit this season, so he got to come back strong next season. I expect him to be fucking every other episode.
Yikes.
You're literally, because then we get to this shit, and now I'm asking you questions. Where the fuck how did she find Kate? How'd she find Kate? How'd she know about Tommy and Kate? How did they know to even press that button?
Yeah.
How? They just decided to do it, so they did it. And then they also low-key have to count on Kane falling in line with their mom, like to a T. To a T. So, but that one I give him a little bit more bail on, because maybe they know he'll try to protect Effie and he'll stay in his mom's good graces to do it no matter what.
Yeah.
Maybe they know that.
For sure.
But the rest of that shit is trash. The rest of that shit was just here. We want them to be able to do it, so let them do it.
Absolutely. Tasha and Tariq discuss everything happening, her knocking him out, the Monet shooting, and the trust fund being lost. Tariq comes up with a plan to get close to Noma now that Monet is supposedly out of the picture.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see. We'll see. Another scene of Tasha being an awful mother and encouraging her son to get deeper in. But then again, if my son sitting there told me that he pissed off his entire inheritance, okay, well, fuck it. Yeah, go be a gangster. You better go do something, because I ain't got shit for you now.
Facts.
I'm broke. I don't even have my real identity no more. I'm out here in the wind. You got to get it on. You got to do something, bro, because
ain't nothing left.
I can't help you.
Yeah. Paz is here to confirm that this is, in fact, Junior.
Yeah.
Also, Apparently, Sax dropped off a letter for him too, which includes a flash drive.
Probably everything he had on Tariq, the Tejadas, Davis. He probably gave him the playbook to try to pick up. So now we're gonna get a real super cop. Only thing I'm gonna ask out of this, because I can see where this is going with Junior Valdez. For the life of God, take your time with this character, and then when he does something, build it up. The same way you showed me Tariq, the same way you showed me Kane, the same way you showed me Effie, the same way you showed me Monet. Give Junior his just due. Because if he comes in here like Inspector Gadget out of nowhere after digging through trash cans as a undercover hobo, I'm going to check out. And it's going to be something that you have a chance to pay off that feels good from the original series. Don't fuck it up. Please, just for the love of God, don't fuck it up.
Agreed. Tariq comes to speak with Noma about elevating his position now that Monet is gone. He tries to say he didn't have anything to do with the hit on Monet, and Kane walks in with a differing opinion. Diana and Drew are there as well, corroborating his story. Tariq mentions Anya, Noma's daughter, as a trump card. Effie shows up to also show that she's also backstabbing Tariq conveniently at the same time.
Should have cut her into the business.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, she's a very calculated character, man. Like, if she knows that she's burned, she will look for the safest hole to scurry into. That's Effie's character. So like he should have known that.
Yeah.
But last nugget from the potential theory that she's Noma's daughter. Maybe Anya Covington. The fact that she got there so quick, it could have been that the moment that she got that picture inside of her father's house, it could have been that, you know, she was alerting Noma, like, hey, yo, look. I think Tariq is close to finding us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know? Maybe. And so then that made it even easier for her to just go back where she was supposed to be in the first place once Tariq brushed her off.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, maybe the whole NYU thing was just bullshit.
Could be. Plus,
and like I'll give you that information to get me out of jail, right? But really, the real information is here, and you blew me off. So yeah, okay, I'll go back to my mom.
Kane states that he's been waiting to kill Tariq for a long time, which is hilarious because he had to pause to say that dumb shit, giving Brayden enough time to shut off the power.
I don't know why shows do that so much. Like, if you're not going to kill a character, stop doing that bullshit. Like, I've been waiting on this all my life. Huh? Come on, man. Look, if somebody about to shoot, wow, it doesn't take the talking, the stare down, the wind up. You know what I'm saying? You're giving in. Never mind. Anyways,
say the line after you've killed the person.
Yeah, how about shoot him and then talk shit over him writhing in pain? That's a much better process than you just stand right there. I want to savor the moment. Because something always happens.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like the universal telltale sign that something is about to interrupt the shot.
Absolutely.
It's very corny. It is very corny.
Agreed. Since everyone shoots like Shaq at the free throw line, Brayden and Tariq escape. Brayden apparently showed up because Obi owed Tariq a favor thanks to the green cards, so now everyone's in a big fucking civil war, essentially.
I think Brayden shot Kane. I think he shot Kane in like the shoulder or the chest or something. I'm talking big shit every time I see Kane now. I'm a gangster now, boy. I catch bodies. I'll shoot your dumb ass. Say something else. And give me my brother's watch before I shoot you. Nigga, shut up. Shut up.
Brayden saying nigga is crazy.
Yeah, no, he's not going to say it like me.
Oh.
But he's going to say a variation of that.
Okay. All right. But yeah, he'll definitely be talking big shit. Hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure. Oh, look, we are not in a game where we fight anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm all the way in it. We in a war. We shooting anyway. So try me if you want to. I pop my murder grape, my murder cherry with my uncle, and I'm good now. So any one of you want to catch these slugs, young Brayden got it for you.
Yikes, young Brayden. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, we ain't cheddar bobbing over here, bruh.
He has yet to shoot somebody to kill, so still that.
The next time we see Brayden, mark my words, bro. At the start of season 4, Brayden gonna come back with a red dot for sure.
You.
He's coming back. He's quick changing the ammo.
I hope
He's the
not.
new Tommy, and it
Well,
started now.
sure. That's definitely what they're trying to lead us to at the very least.
He's been going to the gun range with Joseph Sikora. They've been getting it in. They've been working on their New York accents together.
Joseph
He's the guy.
Sikora
He's
don't
him.
even like bro.
It's about to happen, bro.
Okay, we'll see about that.
He's the new Tommy.
Yikes. Any other thoughts on the season 3 season finale?
No. Give us your thoughts on it in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I think the next show we will be reviewing is Secret Invasion. So we'll see you then.
Absolutely. Make sure that you check out our playlist full of Power Book 2 Ghost reviews, Power Book 3 Raising Kanan, and Power Book 4 Force. And like you said, make sure you subscribe. We'll probably talk about, like you said, Secret Invasion as our next show. And then in September, we will see you all again for Power Book 4 Force.